Yuji Itadori's story is often described as heroic, but heroism is not the right lens. Because this is not a story about rising to greatness. It's a story about avoiding the question of selfhood by becoming useful before anyone asks who you are. Yuji does not begin with a clear identity, he begins with a temperament. Kind, capable, physically gifted, emotionally open, but unexamined. His early sense of self is not built on desire or ambition, it is built on being helpful. Helping feels natural because it prevents friction. It keeps life simple. As long as someone needs you, you don't have to decide what you want for yourself. That is Yuji's psychological status quo, a life where value is external, where meaning arrives through action, not reflection, and that works, until it doesn't. When death enters Yuji's life, it does not arrive as a challenge, it arrives as weight. Suddenly, life is no longer casual, it demands meaning. But Yuji does not respond by creating his own, he responds by accepting the first structure offered to him. Rules, promises, final wishes, save people, die the right way, make it count. These ideas are not philosophies, they are supports. They give shape to chaos. They tell Yuji how to act without forcing him to decide what he believes. This is the first transformation. Yuji does not become a hero, he becomes a role, a container for responsibility, a vessel for consequence. And roles are comforting. Roles come with instructions. If you follow them, you don't have to face ambiguity, so Yuji departs from a normal life without realizing what he leaves behind. He doesn't leave comfort, he leaves the possibility of being someone who lives for reasons other than necessity. From this point forward, his identity is no longer self-authored, it is functional. This is where most people misread him. They think Yuji is brave because he endures pain, but endurance is not the same as agency. Pain becomes his proof of worth. As long as he suffers, his existence feels justified. Suffering stabilizes him. It gives his life a clear direction. This is why Yuji does not resist pain, why he accepts it quickly, why he rarely questions whether it should be his to carry. Pain means he is useful. Pain means he is necessary, and necessity feels safer than self-worth when you don't know who you are without a role. As the cost increases, Yuji moves closer to a psychological threshold. Not exhaustion, not fear, but a question. What happens when saving everyone is no longer possible? This is the moment where moral agency should appear. Agency would require Yuji to decide who matters when everyone cannot be saved. But Yuji has never practiced that kind of judgment. Judgment would mean accepting guilt, accepting limits, accepting that goodness does not guarantee clean outcomes. So instead he doubles down, on sacrifice. He offers himself. Because if he becomes the cost, no one else has to be chosen. This is where his inner crisis forms. Yuji realizes, quietly, painfully, that borrowed morality cannot resolve every situation. No rule can prevent tragedy, no promise can erase consequence, and for the first time his role begins to crack. If he cannot save everyone, what gives his life meaning? This is the moment his journey reaches its deepest point, the realization that sacrifice alone cannot build a self. If your worth is measured only by what you give up, there will come a time when nothing remains. And then the question returns, who are you now? Yuji does not answer this question, not yet. Instead, he survives it. He continues forward, but something has changed. His kindness is heavier, less innocent. His resolve is no longer simple, it carries tension. He understands now that usefulness is not the same as wholeness, but he does not yet know how to live without usefulness as his anchor. So he returns to action, to responsibility, to being needed, but not to himself. This is an important distinction. Yuji gains awareness, but not integration. He knows the cost, but he does not know an alternative. This is his new psychological state, a life lived between duty and identity, between necessity and worth. He has not resolved the conflict, he carries it. And that is why Yuji Itadori's story lingers, because it does not offer resolution, it offers recognition. It shows what happens when kindness becomes a structure instead of an expression. When goodness is used to avoid asking who you are when no one is watching. Yuji is not weak, he is unfinished. He stands at the edge of a question many people never allow themselves to ask. If your value depends on being needed, what happens when you finally need to live for yourself? And if you have only ever existed as a solution, who are you when the problem ends?